So I just got home. Um, Me and my girls we went to go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. Obviously, you see the red on. We all decided to get dressed up, put something red on, and I couldn't find nothing really Prada. I got a hat, so I was like, I'll make it work. But as y'all know, everything is very expensive. Everything costs so much money to go enjoy. So we went and got drinks, went to the movies, and then we went to dinner afterwards, and it was probably $100 night. $100 night just by myself, like me alone. It was probably 100 and some change. And all I kept thinking was like, bruh, I don't got no kids. I don't have no husband. It's just me and my dog. That's it. It's just the two of us. And I spent so much money, but most of my money is spent on healthcare. So as you can see, I have an autoimmune disease, vitiligo, where my skin, loses pigment. But what people don't really talk about with vitiligo is one, it's very expensive to treat. Um, and two, it brings about a lot of other health issues. So I'm anemic. I have colon problems. So I have been diagnosed with um, C. diff, which is god awful. If you've ever had C. diff or you are a forever C. diff patient, which is kind of the case, you know what that's like. I almost lost my life to that. Yeah, I'm anemic. I have cysts on my ovaries. I take so many different pills for so many different things. And clearly they lead to other autoimmune diseases, apparently. So, like, people get, um, what's the one, thyroid problems, they get psoriasis, all kinds of things. Um, but so, they try to link vitiligo to, colon issues and to the stomach and the gut and all of that. So a lot of people try to go vegan or like cut out sugars and fats and all kind of stuff like that, right? To see if they can get repigmented. But I will say, like, I've seen people try all that. I've tried all that, and it hasn't done a lot. Okay, like I want to just say, like, I have done like super clean diets, and I've gotten worse in places, right? So I can't say for sure that any of that really helps. I think it's something to everything, right? Um, if anything, I think being less stressed is probably the biggest cure for the entire thing. Like, the more I don't care about it or just kind of like keep my life going from it, the better I am, if that makes sense. And like the more spaces I'll get color back, the more stressed out I am, this just starts going and going. It just going and going. So I try my best to try to stay stress free, but I'm diagnosed high anxiety, so it is very very difficult for me to stay stress free. But I be trying to do the best I can. But I was thinking about my bills, right? Because I try to balance my checkbook probably every other day. I'm very obsessed with like keeping track of every dollar that I spend and every dollar that I earn. And I think I've been blessed. I work really hard in my career, so I can make a living for myself. But a lot of money goes to healthcare. So just treating vitiligo itself. So most insurances, if you have insurance, right? Like, thank God I have insurance, but it is tied to your job. So is that really like thank God, or is like they should change that? We need universal healthcare. But even if we had it, vitiligo is marked down as a cosmetic issue. They don't look at it as, something that is a showstopper. They just think it's like a visible thing. But you get really sick. Like, it's an immune issue, right? So essentially you have a suppressed immune system. And I guess from insurance companies, they just be feeling like, oh, that's just it's an outward appearance thing. It's really not. But that's another fight that I might have to go take on, right? Because I don't mind fighting for insurances. I've fought for a lot of different things. But I think about my vitiligo treatment. So if you have had to get light treatments, and that's like eczema treatment or phototherapy, where you have to get in the little booth and like they shoot you with the 511 rays or whatever, the NM whatever rays. If you're recommended to do that, if you have, like, I think it's non-segmental vitiligo, they'll recommend you come anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. A week. So a lot of dermatologist offices do not have that machine. They don't have any machines like that. A lot of dermatologists don't specialize or do anything for vitiligo. You kind of have to find a dermatologist that specializes in that. because they're not going to invest in that type of equipment. They also just like a lot of doctors won't take vitiligo patients. Like they don't have anything for you. So typically you may find a office clear close to you, or you may not. So I live in Dallas proper. My dermatologist, who is one of the best apparently in the world, I'm not rolling my eyes to say he's not, but like it's vitiligo, so it's only so much that you can do that's approved. But he's all the way in Plano. If you know Dallas to Plano is like that could be a 30, 40, maybe an hour drive depending on what time of the day you're going. So I have to drive from Dallas to Plano 3 times a week, anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week, just to get my light treatments. So I get eczema treatments now. So let's talk about gas, right? Gas now is like $5 a gallon. I drive a Jeep, so I use premium. It's very expensive, but even when I wasn't, when gas was expensive, it was still expensive, right? Because you drive it every other day. And for vitiligo treatments, you have to go every 48 hours, right? They don't want you to come anywhere before that. So if you go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you may do Tuesday, Thursday, anything like that, or however you do it, right? So let's not talk about how much gas I have to spend getting to and from the vitiligo treatments. Now, let me tell you, vitiligo treatments are a smooth 35 seconds. Like they take the light and they go boom, 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 boom. But that's it. It just go boom, boom, boom. Or if you get in the therapy machine, you just sit there for 2 minutes and then you leave. That's it. That is the whole treatment. Ain't nothing else going on. They ain't taking no blood, nothing like that. So it's a very, very quick process. So you're doing all that driving for like 5 minutes worth of a treatment. Um, God bless you if it's a spot close to you, but it takes a lot to get to those offices. So for me, again, the insurance does cover some of it. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. They cover, I don't know the percentage, but every single treatment I go to is like $45. So 3 times a week, that's $45 every single time I get treated. So that's a lot of money. That is a car note. That is a car note by the end of the month. So I spend like a car note just getting light treatments. And if you've had vitiligo or you know this struggle, they'll be like, oh, you just need like 20 sessions, right? Like that's how they start you off. But then you like 4 years down the road. So imagine paying for $45 every time you go and get a light treatment. Now that's me with insurance, right? If I did not have insurance, I think it's a smooth $214 a treatment. That's crazy. And people do pay it, right? Like people actually pay that. I don't pay that, but and thank God I don't, but it can get expensive. Now, when I lived back in Virginia, I guess my insurance was just a little better, or maybe they just had worked it out with that doctor, but it was $25 a session, which was a lot more manageable, but this time it's $47. What can I do, right? What can I do? Now, that don't include, so if you go to vitiligo treatments, they don't want to just give you refills on Opsilura. Opsilura is the little cream that you give you for that's FDA approved. That if you ain't got no insurance, Opsilura is like $1,000 a tube, and vitiligo is pretty is pretty spread on my body, so I had damn near have to use it like it's lotion. That one tube is gone in a month for me. So if I didn't have insurance, it'd be $1,000 a month. And I feel so bad because you can see on the internet, people will literally be like, "Is anybody selling Opsilura?" Or they can't even get it. Like it's in a place where it's not approved, or like the insurance won't cover, or they doctor won't even prescribe it. So like people will like buy it from Facebook. Like they're that desperate for treatment. Again, I'm very blessed that my insurance covers it. So before the latter part of last year, my insurance didn't fully cover it, but it was like $30 to $45 a tube. So that's $45 a month. Another $45 a month on top of the $45 every session, and I was going every 2 days to a session, right? So that's $45. Now, I don't know what recently changed, but something changed and they do cover absolutely. My insurance started covering it fully. So it cost me no money now. Thank the Lord. Do you hear me? The Lord. And then it's so, God is so good because I had a really big spread. So like my hands started turning a lot in like no time at all. So I need more Opsilura now, but thank God it's covered. So I don't actually have to pay for Opsilura. Now I use tacrolimus on my lips. So you can't, they don't recommend you use Opsilura on your lips because obviously you don't need to ingest that, but you can for tacrolimus. So however you say that, I put tacrolimus on my lips. Now that's not covered by my insurance fully. So it's probably like $20-$30 a tube. Now because it's only on my lips, I only have to get that every like 2 to 3 months. But still, that's another bill on top of that. So, and then it's the other kicker for that, right? So I legitimately can't get another prescription. I can only get to like maybe like 2 or 3 prescriptions before the doctor wants to see me again, right? So they have to like reevaluate you. I guess it's an insurance thing, but they gotta like reevaluate like where, how many sessions have you had? Are you coming? What's the progress? They do like pictures and see where you started a few months ago and where you are now. I have to actually go to the actual doctor, like going to treatments is like it's a quick thing. You go in with the nurse, you do the treatment, and then you leave. But every so often, I have to actually go meet with the derm, and the derm has to like do all his checks and this and that and the third, and then he can write me more prescriptions for the Opsilura. Every time I go see him, it's like $50-$60 every single time. So we are down to 3 times a week, $45 every month, maybe $30-$40 every 3 months, $50. It's so much money. And this is just vitiligo. That's what it costs me for my health care. And you can easily, people will be like, oh, it's just a cosmetic thing. I think it's so beautiful. People love to say that, right? Like, what about the model? What about, do you know Winnie Harlow? And I'm like, listen, that girl is a model. She's very beautiful. She's also 1 pound and she makes a lot of money doing whatever, right? Modeling and all the things that works for her. I don't live that type of life, right? So I have to get up and go to work every day. I have to be with regular people. I'm not in no, media world. I'm not in that. So this is my real life. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having vitiligo. I just wouldn't choose it for myself, right? You wake up, you go your whole life one way and then something start happening. I don't think people should be talking about how I should feel about it or like, oh, it sounds beautiful. Like, thank you for thinking that it looks great, but it's not a good feeling for me knowing that's not the way I wake up every day. And then one day, that's the way I have to wake up every day. People still feel a type of way about it. People stare, they talk about it. I people turn me down for whatever the case, right? It's still a physical affliction. Sorry to say that. I don't care if you don't care or you don't agree with that or you feel type of way about it. It is what it is, right? Very confident in myself, but again, I would not wish to have vitiligo if I didn't have it. And most people wouldn't because they're literally in treatments for it all the time, right? If you don't have it, don't talk to me about it. Like don't tell me how you feel. I really don't care how you feel about it. So so yeah, like and that's just like again, it brings so many other issues. I am always at the doctor for something else. And I think so much of it is tied to my immune system, right? So you get this one thing and it's like, oh, it's a visual thing. It's really not. This makes me sick on every front. I'm in the doctor all the time. I'm sick all the time. When I say having a suppressed immune system, it ain't a sour sop in the world that's gonna help me, right? But we live to see another day. We try our best to be healthy. We work out. We have a positive attitude. We do what we need to do. We dress nice. We look good. We have a good time. But I'm just so tired of it. Everything is so expensive, but I feel like most of my salary goes to my health care. And it's not fair, but I think the other side of it is I'm blessed to at least have health care. That's number one, and be able to pay for it. It's people that have a way worse situation, right? It's people that have cancer and they're not going to make it because they don't have no health care or they can't get to a doctor or they can't spend. It's people that would love to spend their last dime on their health, right? But they can't because they just don't make it. At least I have that right, and I'm very grateful for that. But I think I'm still justified to think like, bruh, having the Lego is so expensive. It really is. Even just buying more makeup, right? Like I gotta spend more on products. I gotta spend more on lotions because my skin is always dry or burnt or whatever. Like all those things add up so much. When I'm gonna do a real breakdown, like maybe somebody can add up how much that costs, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.